Recently, AllDay Project has been making headlines not only for their rapid rise in the K-pop industry, but also for a major controversy surrounding their unexpected daesang win. Critics questioned how a rookie group that debuted only a few months ago could secure such a prestigious award, and many pointed fingers at one member in particular, Annie. Why? Well, she isn't just any rookie idol, she's a third-generation chaebol heiress. Because of her powerful chaebol background, most netizens accuse the group of benefiting from influencer privilege, sparking intense debates online. While these accusations remain unproven and largely speculative, the situation has brought Annie under a spotlight brighter than ever before, with many people curious about who she really is behind the headlines. Since there has been so much negativity around her recently, let's step back and take a look at how she got here. But before we get into the video, please make sure to subscribe and check out other videos on my channel. Annie was born on the 23rd of January 2002 in Seoul, into the famous Shinsegae family. Her mother, Chung Yuk-young, is the chairwoman of Shinsegae Inc., which runs the Shinsegae department store chain. Her uncle is the chairman of the Shinsegae Group, which also owns E-Mart, one of the biggest supermarket chains in Korea. Her grandmother is the chairwoman of the entire Shinsegae Group, and her granduncle was the late Lee Kun-hee, the former chairman of the Samsung Group. With this powerful family background, Annie grew up as a true chaebol heiress. Many people expected her to follow the traditional path of helping manage her family's companies one day, but Annie had a dream that was very different from what her family imagined. When she was just 7 years old, she watched the music video for Lollipop by Big Bang and 2NE1. The performance left such a strong impression on her that she decided she wanted to become a singer. From then on, Annie was passionate about K-pop and dreamed of standing on stage herself. Her mother, however, did not take this dream seriously. She thought it was just a passing phase and told Annie many times not to say such nonsense. Because of this, Annie has said that she dislikes the word phase even now. But instead of giving up, Annie held on to her dream for nearly 10 years, trying again and again to convince her family to let her become a singer. The turning point came when Annie was in 9th grade. Her mother, thinking it would be impossible, gave her a strict condition. If Annie could get into an Ivy League university, then she would allow her to pursue music. Annie accepted the challenge. At around the same time, she also secretly auditioned for the Black label and passed. Because of this, many fans believe that Annie might have already secured her place as a trainee even before she officially negotiated with her mother. From then on, Annie had to live a very busy life as both a student and a trainee. Since she studied in the United States, she trained as an overseas trainee. She received lessons and assignments from her agency online and sent back her practice videos. At the same time, she studied very hard for her exams. To get into a top university in US, you usually need to score above 1500 on the SAT. Annie worked hard and managed to achieve 1530 out of 1600, an excellent score that allowed her to enter Columbia University, where she graduated from with a degree in art history and visual arts. By keeping her side of the promise, Annie convinced her mother to keep hers too. From then on, Annie had full support to follow her dream of becoming a singer. After years of effort, Annie became one of the first members chosen to debut in AllDay Project, even though some people criticized her and said being an idol was just a hobby for her because of her wealthy background. Annie showed that she was serious. She is known for her discipline and was always the first trainee to submit assignments. As a rapper, she writes her own lyrics, and her members praise her for being quick and creative. Her emotive rap voice has become one of her trademarks, and her live performances are praised for being just as strong as her recordings. What makes Annie even more interesting is that she does not act like the stereotype of a chaebol heiress. Instead of being distant or overly refined, she shows a fun and humble personality. In group content, she is often seen laughing, joining in silly games, and even getting pranked by her younger members. At one fan signing event, a fan asked her a funny question. Do rich people lick the lid of a yogurt cup? Annie laughed and answered that she does things like these have made fans love her even more for being down to earth. Whether it's done as an act to be more relatable, or she actually is like that, her lifestyle also shows that she is not completely out of touch with ordinary people, especially considering the fact that most chaebols in Korea have an extreme level of superiority complex. Annie shops online on AllDay, buys cosmetics at Olive Young, and often uses everyday products from Daesang. She also cares deeply about animals. Annie has 2 dogs, but instead of buying expensive purebred pets, she adopted them from a rescue shelter. She even encourages fans through social media to visit and support the shelter she goes to often. Still, Annie's background cannot be forgotten. Her family lives in a mansion that has been valued at 29.7 billion won, making it the most expensive house in South Korea for 10 years in a row. Sometimes glimpses of this mansion appear in videos, reminding people that Annie really is from one of Korea's wealthiest families. But Annie has proven that her success is not just because of her money. She had everything she could ever need, yet she worked hard for more than 10 years to make her dream come true. She balanced the pressures of being a student, a trainee, and the child of a powerful family, and still managed to debut. Her skills, sincerity, and passion for music prove that she belongs on stage. Annie's story, from being a little girl inspired by K-pop to becoming an Ivy League student and now to standing on stage as a rookie idol, is both surprising and inspiring. She may not be someone with a relatable story, but she is slowly breaking stereotypes about what it means to be a chaebol idol. More than her background, what shines the most is her talent and her determination. And that's it for this video, guys. Did you find Annie's story fun? And what other idols do you want to see a video on next? Share in the comments down below. Please make sure to like and subscribe. If you stayed till the end, I really appreciate you watching, and I will hopefully see you in the next one.